YouTube, welcome back to the channel where we're talking real estate from private money to land wholesaling and ground up new construction. I really appreciate the support that I've been getting over the past month and a half, as I've been posting more consistently, from all the emails I'm getting, comments. You finding me on my social media channels shows me like you're really paying attention. I'm really kind of giving it some in-depth content, which that's what I kind of set out to do. Uh, and in today's video, I want to talk about how much does it cost to build, right? Your game plan to build. Uh, what's the process like? And what documents you're going to need, and how do you go about doing it for somebody who's never done it before, right? If you fixed and flipped a house before, you understand the lending part of it, right? What's the documents that are required to go out and get a loan, a hard money loan, private money, bank financing. Those are the three main ones. You understand, obviously, you're gonna have to fill out a loan application. You're gonna have to submit your renovation budget, uh, your entity docs, your bank statements, things of that nature, right? So it's kind of the same when you're building, right? They might require more. Once I get into our loan worksheet, I'll kind of show you what you need in order to close the loan. I've talked about it in previous videos before, but pretty much we're going to go over the process of getting plans, getting permits and plans approved. If you are replatting, subdividing, what's that process like? Who do you use in order to get that process started? Who contacts the city of Houston and whatnot? Well, not Houston in generally, but I'm here in Houston. So the housing and development department, right? And ultimately your architectural plans, because you just don't go and buy plans and then hand it to a GC and say build. You have to buy the plans, then you get with your MEP engineering, which is your mechanical, electrical, plumbing. They'll make their adjustments and stuff to the plans where how everything's going to follow. So that way, when you do get your GC to look at the plans and start on the construction, they know where the plumbing, the electrical, and ultimately the mechanical and stuff, how that needs to go. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to use an old replat proposal from 2023 that I got on a lot, thinking about doing a project on. And this is around the time, like I said, I began wholesaling land in 2023. So I had already started thinking like, man, I want to do these projects myself. Being that during that time period, I had just sold my first real estate ground up development project that I was the guarantor on. So I was like, man, I want to come to Houston and make an impact. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so here, and if you are in Houston or you're looking to build out here, New Era Development and Land Services. So as you can see here, this proposed scope of work, administrative services to plat the below property into two single family residential lots, right? So they're pretty much going to take control, talk to the city, do everything that I need. So pretty much I'm taking one 5,000 square foot lot and I'm doing a replat into two slots, right? Here's the account number, here was the address. So as you can see, here's the admin fees, the plat registry drawing, preparation, submittal for the city of Houston, uh, the recordation meeting, Harris County Clerk recordation, that's $5,000 right there. Then you have your platting fee, City of Houston planning submittal fee, City of Houston recordation meeting, Harris County recording fee, one certified copy PDF. Okay, and then we have ancillary fees, tax cert, city planning, Mylar reproduction fee, and then right here it says survey needed for platting in the city of Houston. So I would say before you start this process, obviously you want to own the land first, right? So if you bought the land, you have a survey. So as you can see, to get this started, so this is going to fall under the category. So let me go ahead and stop sharing. And let's go to a budget. Let's go to our blank construction budget. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. Let's go to our blank construction budget. So when you see soft cost, permits, architectural engineering, that's what this category falls under. So that replatting proposal, that replat, that's going to fall under soft cost. A lot of times builders do soft cost out of pocket and then just get reimbursed when they close, because you can't break ground until your permits are approved. So there's no point in you have, a lot of these are 12-month loans, so 12 to 18 months depending on the scope of work. You don't want to close on your loan and then go through the permitting process. I made that mistake on my first new construction project. And because if it takes 3 months and you're on a 12-month loan, you know what I'm saying, it hurts you. So that's why a lot of times builders will go pay cash for the lot, do all the soft cost work. They'll come in with a project that's ready. All they need is the money. So if I came in, I got my permits approved, boom, I got my loan approved today, Friday, I'll be able to break ground. Today, Thursday, I'll be able to break ground Friday. So I just kind of wanted to show you this that's going to fall under the soft cost category. So when you're thinking like a builder, and if you are selling land, you are thinking like a builder. So let's go ahead and go back to it. So the total cost, you're going to be looking at $8,315. This is so let's say you paid 90,000, let's say 105 for the land. You're all in 113. You're all in 113. And this isn't even counting what you spent on the plans. So let's go ahead and we're going to go. Let's say this is the product that you're building right here. So here's two townhouses on a 5,000 square foot lot. So when you replat it like this, one has its own address, the other has its own address. So in this case, 5,000 square foot lot, um, 2,500 square feet. So it's going to be, instead of um, 50 by 100, you're cutting it in half. So now it's 25 by 100. So you need to make sure when you're looking at the townhome, you're looking at the plans, you want to make sure that your property, like that your project could fit. And that's something that when you're starting out, like you may look over, but let's go ahead and just do some simple math. Like let's just take out the calculator. So you know you're 25 feet wide and 100 feet deep, right? Because you cut a 5,000 square foot lot in half, 50 by 100. So this one tells you right here is 1598 square feet, is 2 stories, is 20 feet wide and 59 feet deep. So we're at 1180. So we're good to go. Honestly, you may be able to get 4 of those on a 5,000 square foot lot. But just for the sake of the video, we know it's going to be able to fit, right? Okay, cool. So what do you do now? Now what you're going to do is you're going to purchase the plans. You see how much the plans cost, $49. So you're going to purchase your plans, whatever. Okay, cool. I want to buy this. So then after that, you're going to get with your MEP engineer. Your MEP engineer is basically going to, you see how this looks? You can't tell where the plumbing needs to go, where the electrical needs to go, where the HVAC and all that needs to go. The MEP engineer is going to modify these plans to where uh, they're going to be in depth. So that way, when you give it to your GC, they know exactly where all the cords and stuff like that are, plumbing needs to go. And that's going to go for not only just these plans, but the survey as well. So they know where the setback is going to be, the right of way, all that stuff. So let's say, boom, let's say we went to the housing and development department, we got our replat, we got our plans, all that stuff. Now we're ready. So at that point, lenders are going to require, some type of experience, whether you flipped 50 homes over the past 4 years, or you have somebody very experienced on your team who signed on the loan with you. They have a program where your terms might not be as favorable, but you're able to kind of get your feet wet, right? So I'm just going to kind of take a look at the terms here. The most important It's going to be, your origination points, your interest rate, your loan to value, and your loan to cost. Most of these loans are going to be no prepayment penalty, 9 to 12 month extension provisions. So what I went ahead and did is I went ahead and went to the loan worksheet, kind of put together like a mock deal. Okay, so here we go. Here we have our loan worksheet. This is how you're going to, when you're talking to these lenders, this is how you're going to, when you ask them, what's the rate that you can give me? What's the loan to cost, loan to value, points? What's going to be your loan doc prep, all that stuff, right? This is what you're trying to answer. You're trying to put this together. So what I went ahead and did is I just kind of used some, just from my experience, like, all right, let's say you're a person with no experience, or maybe you've done one deal. They're probably looking at, all right, we'll give you 11 and a half interest rate. We'll go 65% loan to value, 85% loan to cost, 2.5 basis points, origination, let's just say origination, and property insurance, like we'll probably go 500 each. So let's say 1,000. Okay, so now let's put our deal together, right? So we went ahead, we bought the lot, we paid cash for it, 105,000 for a 5,000 square foot lot. We are building two from the plans that we had earlier, right? It was 1,598 square feet each townhome. So I did 110 because that's the cost per bit, the cost per foot to build, 110 a foot. We're just using builder grade finishes, nothing super fancy. So 110 a foot times 1,598 times two, because it's going to be two townhomes. Always show your work on the Excel. So here we go. That's our construction budget, $351,560. That's how much it's going to cost to put up both those units. So next, we're going to see, okay, well, here's our loan amount. Our loan amount that they're going to give, that they're going to loan out to us, $388,057. Okay, and you can see here, loan to cost is 85%. We're here at 85%. So if it was like over, um, if I went over, like say if I'm at 390, this would show above 85%. So they would kind of take that back a little bit. You could play around with interest reserve. So that means, like, let's say if they give you, let's say we're going to give you $10,000 interest reserve. We're going to put that. What that means is, let's say if you don't have the money this month to pay, right? And let's say you're fully drawn. So here you are fully drawn, 3,700. They'll take 3,700 out of the 10,000. So be 10,000 minus 3,700. Make sure you put equals. Now you got 63 left, right? So then you go 6,300 minus 3,700. So essentially you have 2 months, 2.5 months worth of payments that you don't have to pay. I had interest reserve on my first project, and that helped out so much. I told you all about, the kind of the shit show that was, but ultimately we got it done. So then we have the estimated value. You're expected to sell at 370, which here, as you can see, is 385,000 each. So each is going to sell for 385. Came out to 770. And this is why going to the CMA, filling all this out is important, because you're getting your data in real time. 3 month sales from the subject property, half a mile, not crossing any major streets or highways. Those comps, use those. 3 months, 6 months, 9. So now we're going to talk about actually securing the loan, what you need to have in order. This is kind of what you need to work on. So if you scroll over here, you can see how much funds, proof of funds necessary that you're going to need. But here's the documents that you're going to need. Your proof of funds, right? Your recent bank statements. They can be a mixture of your personal or your business bank statements. Your entity docs, your experience docs, but in this case, Easy Street has a program where they know you don't have any experience, right? So I believe the resume would be more important. So whoever's going to be your GC and builder on this project, put together a good resume for them to paint a picture for the lender for their experience, to get them on board, to get them comfortable. Obviously, your budget needs to be filled out completely. I stress this a lot. Make sure your budget is filled out, the details and specifications are filled out as in depth as possible. Because if you're dealing with a lender and they require an appraisal, um, you're going to you're you're going to come back with a bad appraisal if you don't fill that stuff out, because you don't want the appraiser comparing your property to a property that, like, it's just not right. And if you give them a half-ass budget, with your plans and stuff like that, you can't blame anybody but yourself. Obviously, you need your architectural plans and elevations. That's what the P&E stands for, architectural plans and elevations, with the general living area key, which is GLA key on it. And then obviously your permits. So that's why I say you want to have your permits before you close. And then your settlement statement from when you purchased the property. Title, if title forgot to send it to you, just email and ask them, I'm looking for the settlement statement, trying to start my project. Cool. All right. And then we can kind of go take a look at, like what are the expected returns. So we'll go we'll go ahead and say, hey, this project's going to take us 6 months. 6 months to do this. Pull this out. Say we're going to pull it out all the way to a year. Now check that out. This is why getting into new construction is the way to go. All it takes, I'm telling you, all it takes is one successful project. You have your experience. You can start partnering to where you saving money. So you're partnering on projects, you're wholesaling real estate. It's taking you maybe 3 to 5 months to finish construction. The property's listed. You're selling in month 7 or 8. You're taking 40 grand, 50 grand. If you're splitting it with somebody, or maybe 80, whatever. In this case, if you and the builder, even if you're a newbie and you found the deal, you may have paid for the soft cost up front, but maybe the builder is the one paying the paying the interest only per month and handling a lot of stuff. You're maybe just on the job site learning, right? So let's say y'all might have a 70-30 split. So if you're doing 225, say y'all sell right here in month 8, 225, that's $67,000 that you made in 8 months while wholesaling land. You just paid, you paid cash for that lot, 105. Go find another project, do that. So you do 2 of these, save your money. Now you got enough to go out and buy the land yourself, do the stuff yourself, hire that person as a GC, and now all you have to do is pay that person for being the GC, right? So you might have paid them 30,000 or $40,000 to build, but now you get to keep that. So now you could probably just do one of these projects a year, and be good. That's the importance of having a vision long term. You don't want to start wholesaling land and like you're always wholesaling land. That's the only thing you're doing. No, you want to wholesale land, build relationships. How can we partner on a deal? If they purchase a piece of land, they're more than likely, like, they have enough money to go out and do all the soft cost stuff. That may not be the best entryway. Probably the best would be, hey, look, I got $40,000 to put into a project. I'm looking to partner. Let's figure something out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make something work. You have credit cards, business credit, whatever. Find a way to make that work. All it takes is once you get to that third deal, fourth deal, you should have enough money to go out on your own and get your own project financed, because you should know the process. I just showed you on a high level what the process is, right? Because you still have impact fees and stuff like that. I didn't calculate that in, but that's when you are requesting this, city of Houston to attach water, electricity and stuff like that. So that's your impact fees. But this is the business, right? You know what I'm saying? And I think going this in depth is something that I enjoy talking about because I talk deals every single day. Even when I'm not wholesaling land, I'm still an underwriter. So I'm always talking to builders. I'm always talking to flippers. Looking at DSCR products, and DSCR is essentially just your long-term perm debt, your 30-year debt. So we talk about buy, uh, rehab, right? Refinance, rent, repeat, the BRRRR, that's the DSCR stuff. So, and you can do that strategy with build too. They have BTR, which is build to rent. So you can kind of build and get the property rented out. I wouldn't do a refi when it comes to the build. I would just kind of let the value climb up a little bit first. But typically, yeah, like that's pretty much what I had to talk about with you all today is how do you build a house? If you're somebody who's interested in new construction, maybe you are in the space of engineering, maybe you work on homes and stuff like that. You might be a roofer, HVAC guy, electrician, plumber, whatever. This is the process, right? And I believe if you can build a strong team, especially having the right subs who are honest, who come to work on time, who get the job done right, more importantly, who leaves your job sites clean, right? You don't want to come to a junky job site, especially in today's world where you're usually shooting content on site and stuff like that. You want to like that's important for sure. So, with that being said, if you found this video helpful at all, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share, comment. It helps put my videos in front of people who are just as curious as you. And if you want some help with land wholesaling, if you want some help understanding private money, if want some help on this new construction journey or fix and flip or whatever, uh, and you want somebody to hold your hand a little bit, you want to be in a community of people, join my land profit program. I'll have my email in the description below. It's one payment, $97. You're going to get value out of this. We're going to talk, if you're getting value from my free stuff, um, just imagine the one-on-one, imagine the webinars. Just, I'm rolling out. I'm still planning a little bit, but I'm still interactive. I'm still trying to put out some stuff that can help people get started right away. Because the goal is I want to be talking deals with everybody in my program. So let's go close some deals.